Thanks for joining us, Kev. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. First one here this evening. Thanks for representing. Family, we have another very interesting show this evening. The topic this evening is Spirituality, a New Perspective. Interview with energy analyst Tyra Sammons Lane. Tyra Sammons Lane, family. This is a product of WBNN. This is Know Your Rights, and I'm your host, Terris Strength. On air now from Lagos, Nigeria. Call in, family. 516-453-9133. Press 1 to join the conversation. And of course, this is brought to you by Ngozi Time Multimedia. Thanks for joining in, Miss Carmen. Thanks for joining. So we're going to have a good show tonight. You're going to see what Miss Lane is talking about and what her special gifts are. Gifts that hopefully can help us to move towards healing. So call in, family. 516-453-9133. Press 1 to join the conversation. And of course, this is brought to you by Ngozi Time Multimedia. So call in, family. Just some more tools that we're going to explore and helping us to become whole and to navigate this realm with alacrity. How y'all like those words, family? Coming off of being sick. So we had a great time at the Melanated Soul Expo. We had a fabulous time, met a bunch of melanated, metaphysical people, able to exchange numbers and exchange cards. It was an outstanding event. Got some new jewelry from Aligned Wire. Me and the people that we rode up with, we all got some nice jewelry, so it was an outstanding trip on June 18th. So yes, so Miss Tyra Sammons Lane, she came out of that event, and tonight we're going to hear what she's talking about and her special gifts towards healing. So please call in, family. 516-453-9133. Press 1 to join the conversation. Of course, this is brought to you by Ngozi Time Multimedia. This is the product of WBNN. This is Know Your Rights, and I'm your host, Terris Strength. So call in, family. Call in. So thanks for joining the show, Miss Garmin, Kevin Reed. Where's everybody else at? Come on, family. Yeah. Spirituality, a New Perspective. Interview with energy analyst Tyra Sammons Lane with us this evening, family. So let's give her a warm welcome. Call in, family. Yes. Yeah, so we had a great time. We had a great time at the event. It was a lot of fun. It was great meeting like-minded people. I met Mr. NDE himself, Elias Jameer Pullen. He told me he wanted that hug, and I gave him that hug. So it was great. Miss Burke, thanks for joining the show this evening. Thanks for joining the show. Music acting up. Yes, so hope you guys enjoyed your holiday. Hope you didn't eat too much. We're rolling on in the summer. So yes, so join us tonight as we interview Miss Tyra Sammons Lane. Energy analyst Tyra Sammons Lane. We're going to see what she's talking about this evening, family. And how we can use and benefit from her unique gifts. So for any of those who I can't see, welcome to the show. Hope you enjoy it. On the Know Your Right show, we try to go in a little bit and try to show all the metaphysical tools that are at our disposal and helping us to navigate this realm. So call in, family, 516-453-9133. and press 1 to join the conversation. And of course, this is brought to you by Ngozi Time Multimedia. Call in, family. This is Terris. This is the Know Your Right show, and I'm your host, Terris Strength. All right, thank you. Yeah, so we had a good time. The Melanated Soul Expo. Got to bring it to Philadelphia. Got to move it across the country. Yes. Yep. So, we'll be locking in about 20 minutes. And my music is cutting up. Yeah, so we had a good time. She calls herself the Soul Witness. So we're going to talk about a little bit about who she is and what she does. Alright. Okay. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about who is Tyra Sammons Lane. She calls herself the Soul Witness. Alright, so just a little bit about her so we can get this show on the road. Discuss her unique gifts. Alright, so Tyra Sammons Lane is an energy analyst, healer, teacher, transformational coach, and self-proclaimed soul witness who helps those who are ready to turn inward to face, feel, and then heal deeply held patterns of intergenerational trauma, unprocessed pain, self-sabotage, and addictive patterns and behaviors. Tyra's genuine fascination with the human psyche and spirituality began at a very early age and was rivaled only by her desire to connect with and help those in pain who often sought out, even then, her loving guidance. Abina, thanks for joining us this evening. Thanks for joining us. However, it was her own struggles with depression and addictive behaviors that led her to various spiritual teachers, healers, and a number of somatic and holistically based workshops and trainings in an effort to better understand the root cause of her pain and ultimately to heal herself. Knowing that the fruits, Mr. Elias, is he one also? Okay, great. Knowing that the fruits, Manije is on also? Outstanding. So Jameer, Manije, Bella Richardson, okay. So knowing that the fruits of her own pain and vulnerable healing process also serve those who've continued to seek out her loving and intuitive guidance. In fact, it's her psychic mediumship abilities and connection to her higher consciousness or inner guidance systems that are at the forefront of her sacred work. Guiding clients inward toward their own inner guidance system for healing and transformation has become her life's mission. And reading any one of the many client testimonials will assure you that she's the real deal. Tyra has facilitated somatic movement classes, spiritual development workshops. She has co-facilitated a 9-month elemental birthrights training and will create personalized weekend healing intensives upon request. She is in the process of developing one or more virtual group programs to begin this fall, each devoted to a particular addictive behavior because she believes that healing in the presence of others going through similar struggles is particularly transformative. Currently, she is working with couples and individuals and is accepting new clients. You can reach her through IG at Soul Witness Mama or directly and call her at 267 207-0484 for a complimentary 30-minute consult. So keep that in mind, listening audience. You can call her at 267-207-0484. All right. For a complimentary 30-minute consult. So that's a little bit about her and who she is and what her skills are. And I have a testimonial here I want to read from someone who's taken her program. This is from a couple that she worked with for about 6 months. This is what they had to say about her. So, working with Tyra has helped me understand the center of my issues and heal through them. I've been able to connect with my partner on levels I didn't know existed. I thought our relationship was strong before, but now it feels unbreakable. There were a lot of emotions I suppressed that were brought to surface, and working through them allowed me to grow as a person, become a better mother, spouse, daughter, sister, friend, and etc. I have a greater understanding of people, which has allowed me to start to forgive them and myself. The greatest changes I've experienced are understanding my purpose and having grace for myself. I am at peace knowing that a lot of my traumas were a result of generational curses that now I know I have the power to break. And I also give myself the space and grace for overcoming these challenges in my life. My mindset has changed because my focus is now more on living in the moment and enjoying my son and my man. So there you have it. So tonight we're going to see what she's talking about tonight. That's a testimonial of people that she's helped. And I'm looking forward to the interview. All right. So call in, family. Call in 516-453-9133. Press 1 to join the conversation. Of course, this is brought to you by Ngozi Time Multimedia. This is the product of WBNN. This is Know Your Rights, and I'm your host, Terris Strength. So call in, family. So yes, so we had a great time at the Melanated Soul Expo. I was really, really excited. Met a lot of powerful people. Spoke and talked about their perspective, so it was really fascinating. Thanks for joining us, Tawana. Thanks for joining us. So I want to talk for a second about this Roe versus Wade thing, this thing that's going on right now. And I just want to say, I'm not going to talk long about this, but it's, the way I see it, it's just more people trying to assert their authority. Trying to tell women what to do with their bodies. We as men, we can't make babies. We can't make babies, but I see we're still trying to put our thumb on our women. So it's just more fear, just a manifestation of more fear and control. And we don't have to subscribe to it and throw us off the work that we have to do. Just more fear and control. We go round and round in this realm with this stuff. So you got women all upset and up in arms about it. Just a manifestation of fear. That's all it is. You guys we are moving towards. You guys are making moves and doing things that traditionally you weren't allowed to do. And as men, we gotta find a reason to keep our thumbs on your necks. So we have to continue to evolve, family. We just have to continue to move towards evolution. And it's happening. It's happening no matter what. So that's just my 2 cents on that. It's going to happen, and it's happening no matter what. But anyway, tonight we're going to see what Miss Tyra Sammons Lane is talking about tonight. I'm looking forward to this interview. It's going to be a lot of fun. And hopefully our listening audience will find something that they can take from it that can help them to move towards wholeness. That's what this show is about. To help us all to evolve and to move towards wholeness and to raise our vibrational frequencies. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. So, all right, so we'll be logging in. It's 9:21. We'll be logging in shortly to transition to the show. Thanks for joining us, Miss Williams. So thanks for joining us, Abina, and all the guests that are with her, Tawana, Kevin, Marlene. Thanks for joining us, and anyone else out there that I'm not able to see, thanks for joining the Know Your Right show with Terris Strength. We have an energy healer on tonight, an energy analyst, she calls herself. So we're going to talk about that. Yep. So we'll be logging in shortly. So yes, it's a great time, family. It's a great time. You know, there's a lot going on right now in this country. You know, we got shootings and everything. It's always something, right? There's always something going on. You know. But family, we must remember, this is how we get here, this is how we leave. We leave here in a variety of ways. We leave this room and go back home. So while we're down here, it's about how do we manage what's going on? How do we reconcile the situations that we find ourselves in? How do we reconcile these situations? How do we manage them? That's what it's about down here. And so I haven't found a better way than through a spiritual process. It's the best way. Spirituality is about self-mastery and working in alignment with Source. So we all have different ways of arriving there. We all have different paths and purposes. And on this show, we explore the tools to help us to find out what they are and to move in that regard. How do we work in alignment with Spirit? That's what this show is about. So thanks for joining in. Thanks for locking in. So call in, family. 516-453-9133. Press 1 to join the conversation. And of course, this is brought to you by Ngozi Time Multimedia. Call in, family. Call in. This is a product of WBNN. This is Know Your Rights, and I'm your host, Terris Strength. Thanks for joining us, family. Spirituality, a new perspective. Interview with energy analyst Tyra Sammons Lane. She's on tonight, family. Call in with your questions. Call in with your questions. Yeah. Yeah, so thanks for joining us. Stephanie, Mo, Tawana, Marlene, Kevin, Abina. Thanks for joining us this evening. And anybody else that I can't see. Thanks for joining the Know Your Right show. And also, look at my new necklace I got from the Melanated Soul Expo from my DJ from Aligned Wire. Beautiful. Helped me to balance my chakras and to tap into my third eye. So thank you. Beautiful. Love new jewelry. All right, so we'll be locking in very shortly, family. Thank you, Miss Williams. Thank you. Not looking too bad yourself. All right, family. So call in, family. 516-453-9133. Press 1 to join the conversation. And this is brought to you by Ngozi Time Multimedia. This is a product of WBNN. This is Know Your Rights, and I'm your host, Terris Strength. Thanks for joining us this evening. The topic tonight is spirituality, a new perspective. Interview with energy analyst Tyra Sammons Lane. So call in, family. 516-453-9133. Yes. We're going to see what she's talking about tonight. More healing. More healing is needed. We got shootings. We got Roe versus Wade. We need more healing, family. We need more healing. Stop oppressing for power. Let's pray for healing. That's all it is. Oppressing for power. All right, we'll be transitioning shortly.
Blog Talk Radio.
This is Dr. Chinchilla Demesia, the Commissioner of WBNN. For those of you that have been having trouble tuning into WBNN's programming due to phone service provider issues with Metro, T-Mobile, or Cricket, I have a solution for you. Go to the Google Play Store or the Apple Play Store, download the Text Now app onto your cell phone, shoot the phone number, and then you will be able to tune into all of WBNN's programming. I am the Honorable Dr. Chinchilla J.
New degree advanced. First ever 72-hour nonstop protection with motion sensor. Tested to the limit and proven. Still feeling dry and fresh. 72-hour nonstop protection, however much you move.
I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me.
I like this.
I release control and surrender to the of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me.
This is the product of WBNN. This is Know Your Rights, and I'm your host, Terris Strength. On air now from Lagos, Nigeria. Call-in family 516-453-9133. Press 1 to join the conversation. And of course, this is brought to you by Ngozi Time Multimedia. Before I begin, I would like to thank Brother Oladelli and the O&E Dynasty family for giving me the opportunity to share my story and my perspective. The topic tonight is spirituality, a new perspective, interview with energy analyst Tyra Sammons Lane. Healing is love with a spiritual focus. The source of all love creates within a space to love ourselves. But then, being greater and stronger, it gives us the ray of hope we need for our growth to take care of one another. Slow, calm, reflecting, we heal each other. Some special one who needs our help. We create a sense of health, of love and care. We flow in and out with the source who guides us to organica, to emotional health, to faith which brings us to a stronger place. A powerful light inside us. The fire is healing and consoling and nurturing. Family, I want to thank you guys for joining us this evening. We have a very special guest tonight. We're going to introduce her to our listening audience and to our hosts on this network. I'm really excited. I'm not sure I understand what an energy analyst is, but we're going to find out tonight. I'm sure many of you may not understand. I just want to say I was talking on the pre-show about June 18th and the Melanated Soul Expo. It was an outstanding event to meet melanated metaphysical people of color. That's not something I've normally ever experienced, and it was fantastic. I met people in person, got some jewelry from a line wire, met Elias, who I did the show for, the NDE, the young man Elias Pullen. He was there, gave me a big hug. It was just an outstanding metaphysical experience, and I really had a great time. And the people that accompanied me, they had a great time also. So we gotta do it again, Abinah. I know you're listening. You gotta take this show on the road. But that being said, there's a lot going on. I talked about Roe versus Wade a little bit on the pre-show and my thoughts about that. Just about power and control. And that's pretty much it. We just have to move towards healing, family. And so that's where, people, our esteemed guest, Tyra Sammons Lane, comes into this whole story and helping up and giving us another way to heal. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Emmanuel. Thanks for joining us. So, is she on? Miss Lane, are you there?
I'm right here.
Okay. You had me nervous for a second.
Hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I hear you loud and clear.
Okay.
So how are you?
I've been waiting for you to
Call you in, huh?
get me started.
The tag you in.
Is there someone else here with us, or is it just me? Or
It's just you and me and approximately 14 million people listening. So, and Brother O, of course.
well, all right. Here we go.
All right.
Here we go. Thank you.
Yes. So
Thank you so much.
go ahead. See what you got to say.
I was just gonna say, yeah, I'm excited to be here. I just wanted to say that.
Yes. Well, I'm excited. I'm excited to have you here, and this is going to be a very interesting interview. So let's get rolling. We have a lot of questions to ask you, and I'm sure you have a lot to say. So,
Okay.
so tell me.
All right.
So tell me a little bit about what's your story and what led you down this path, and tell me about yourself.
So, yeah. So I was thinking about this earlier, thinking about this call tonight, and I thought, how did all this begin? Because I've had some ideas, I've thought about this a number of times, how I got here, how I got into this particular line of healing work.
Right.
When I was little, I was low-key bullied. Now that I think about it now in hindsight, and name called, and you know, they say sticks and stones break bones, names don't hurt. It's not the truth.
No, it's not.
I and half, most of the people on this planet are living proof of that. And it shows up in how we live our lives as adults, that the things that happen, and I'm not just talking about names, but all sorts of things that can happen to us. As children, we carry that. And so, yeah, that's how this got started, because when I was a kid, for just being me, I was named a lot of different things, like slow or flighty.
Wow.
I had a teacher look at me in disgust one time and said, "You are so nonchalant." And my little self and my big heart, I'm looking at her like the teacher that she is, like, what does that mean? And she was like, you know, she explained it, but it didn't matter what the word meant. It was the energy that came through as she said it. Like, and I could have totally projected or made up a story in my head, but whatever I felt from her lined up with all the other things that I would hear from my peers. And I'll be honest, like, a lot of my peers, I don't think they were intentionally trying to hurt me, but there was something in me that aligned with it and recognized it as truth for me. Somehow there was something that was like attracted that to me, because, you know, there was at some level in myself, I believed it.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of how it gets rolling. It started when we're kids. And so I was also like naturally inclined to think about God at an early age and want to connect with God. And I remember my family and I were a part of the Catholic Church for a short period of time when I was in elementary school. And I remember I was going through communion or something, or preparing for it, and they were introducing, you know, how to give confessions to this man in a box. And I thought, I don't understand. Like, I don't know if I said that to them, but I remember in my heart feeling like, why do I need to confess my sins or anything to a human man, like to a human? Like, why can't I just have my own connection with God? And that desire to know and connect with something bigger than me started very young.
Wow.
Fast forward to just, you know, teens, early 20s, just went through a lot of pain and suffering, and a lot of it coming from my own thoughts. A lot of my pain and suffering came from how I thought about myself, how I felt about myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, and then I had a kid at a young age, and I, right around the time I had a kid, I remember reading the book, Feed of the Soul by Gary Zukav.
Yes.
You are probably familiar with that.
I'm very familiar with that.
And I promise you, yeah. And I promise you, it was sometime after that. I was probably about 22 years old. I just had this knowing. I don't know where it came from. I don't know when exactly it started, but I just had this knowing that I was here to help and serve a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And I just went on with life for years and years thinking, oh, I want to hurry up and get to, you know, helping people. All the while, I spent the next, 20 or so years doing a lot of work on myself. And eventually I did start working with people kind of on the side as I continued to work on myself. And guess what? I'm still working on myself.
Absolutely. That's how it's supposed to be.
Absolutely. It doesn't end. And I'll tell you, I thought at one point, it was supposed to end. I thought I was supposed to get to some point where it ended and I would finally be ready to like help people. But I realized after a while that's not how it goes.
Right. Sounds similar to mine.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm going off a little on a tangent.
No, it's
but
okay.
I should
It's
probably
okay.
get to the point and say
No, you shared your
that I
story.
eventually started. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you're sharing your story. What led you down this path? And your story is my story, basically. So I relate. I relate.
Yeah. So eventually, I had a teacher, a spiritual teacher that I was working with at one point, and she introduced me to connecting with my higher consciousness. And by that point in my life, I had already begun to develop and cultivate my mediumship abilities. And so I began doing readings for people. And over time, because I'd show up for these readings without tarot cards, without some sort of medium, and I'd just wait for the information. And that was like, that was terrifying, because I had to trust spirit to come through, like with some information for this person. And over the years, it just evolved. The work that I was doing with people evolved into connecting with people, not only their higher consciousness, but connecting with their inner children. And so my work has really come down to me specializing almost in connecting folks to their inner child, to their wounds, to old belief systems that they need to transmute and heal and understand. To face, feel, and heal, like deeply held patterns is like what my work is about. And so I don't want to.
I got it. So what's your so Miss Lane, what's your why or your mission or your greatest intention for this healing work? And what are your gifts? I mean, I heard you talk a little bit about you having medium type skills. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that and talk about your mission or your greatest intention for this healing type of work?
My greatest intention for this work is that, like, really from the very beginning, is because I know what it feels like to be in pain. I know what it feels like to suffer with depression. I know what it feels like to suffer with, struggle with some behavioral addiction, addictive tendencies. And I know what that pain feels like, to not know myself, to not know what I'm capable of. And I knew, even in the midst of me, like, growing and evolving over the years and being in pain and depressed, I knew it was my doing. I knew it was because of me. I knew it was because of how I was thinking and feeling about myself. And so I continued to do the work. But ultimately, my biggest intention is that I don't want people, no one should suffer unnecessarily. I want people to know how powerful they are. I want people to know how incredibly loved they are.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm
Wow.
sorry. I'm just.
That's profound. I mean, that's
people,
it. That's it. What you said is it. Wanting people to know how incredibly powerful they are and what creators they are, that we create our realities. Yeah.
And how capable they are of healing themselves.
Yes.
And a lot of my work is a very collaborative, it is a deeply collaborative process. And like, I don't just show up and give people readings anymore. Like, you're either on board with your healing process and completely 150% invested, or this is a no-go. I can't do the work for you.
Absolutely.
So the work that I do with people is very collaborative. It's a very collaborative process.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing that. Listen, we have a track next by Brother O. Brother O, what you have for us? I like that first song. It's very relaxing.
Listen to the trees.
Muted.
the one inside your bones. There the truth is waiting, that you are not alone. Your roots grow down way past your inside. My roots will meet yours in the underground.
I like this.
Where nothing can divide us. Where nothing can divide us. Listen to the tree, the one inside your bones. There the truth is waiting, that you are not alone. Your roots grow down way past your inside. My roots will meet yours in the underground, where nothing can divide us. Where nothing can divide us. Listen to the tree, the one inside your bones. There the truth is waiting, that you are not alone.
Genesis, call in with those questions.
Roots grow
Call in with those questions, please.
way
The
past
first one is really good.
inside. My roots will meet yours in the underground, where nothing can divide us. Where nothing can divide us. Listen to the tree, the one inside your bones. There the truth is waiting, that you are not alone. Your roots grow down way past your inside. My roots will meet yours in the underground, where nothing can divide us. Where nothing can divide us. Listen to the tree, the one inside your bones. There the truth is waiting, that you are not alone. Your roots grow down way past your inside. My roots will meet yours in the underground, where nothing can divide us. Where nothing can divide us. Listen to the tree, the one inside your bones. There the truth is waiting, that you are not alone. Your roots grow down way past your inside. My roots will meet yours in the underground, where nothing can divide us. Where nothing can divide us. Listen to the tree, the one inside your bones. There the truth is waiting, that you are not alone. Your roots grow down way past your inside. My roots will meet yours in the underground, where nothing can divide us. Where nothing can divide us.
I love that track. Love that. All right, I think we have a caller in the queue. Yes, beautiful track. We have a caller in the queue. Who am I speaking with right now? This is Terris Strength.
Hi, Terris. Hi, Terris. This is Genesis Amars. How are you?
I'm doing great. I was just reading your questions on Facebook Live. So please fire away.
Putting some of them in the chat.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again, Terris?
No, I was just saying yes. I was just agreeing with you.
Yeah, I had a few questions, and I just wanted to ask for clarification, just so I'm not making any assumptions. So I don't know if you want to read the questions that I already put in the chat, because they are the same ones.
Okay, so Miss Lane, you're listening.
Yes, I'm right here.
Okay, so what the first question that Genesis Amaris Kim asked is, when it comes to her mediumship work, how does she ensure it is the right spirits good versus evil that is giving her the information that she is relaying to others? Like, in other words, how do you know that what you're getting through your mediumship is evil or not? How do you know?
So can I ask, what's your name?
This is Genesis Amaris Kemp. I was just mainly asking for clarifications because I've been in situations before where someone told me something, but then whenever I checked it with my own discernment, it was off. So I'm just asking from clarification, just so I'm not making any preconceived notions or judgment based on the work that you're doing to help the people that you build partnership with.
So are you asking to make sure that I know that I'm not connecting with some evil energy, or you want to know whether you're connecting with evil energy or not?
I'm asking to make sure that you know, like whenever because you said you don't do tarot cards or anything like that, and when you're working with someone, you're waiting for the information, I guess, to be downloaded to you. So my question is, whenever you're waiting for that information to be downloaded to you, how do you know that the information that's being downloaded to you?
Got it. Thank you so much for clarifying your question. Thank you. Okay, so I will say that I have been doing this work for cultivating my mediumship abilities for over 20 years now, and I only say that to point to the fact that, that was something I had to learn very early on. So when I said that in the beginning, when I first started working with people and I would wait for the information to come, that was after, mind you, that was about 10 years ago when I would do that. Now I actually connect directly to the person's higher consciousness. I actually call on their higher consciousness and I am present. But when I first started, I was just setting myself in light, calling on source energy, doing all the things to protect myself before even starting the work with said client. So yeah, I learned how to do a number of things to protect myself, to protect my energy, to seal my field. And yeah, there were a number of times very early in my practice of mediumship where I got played with, by energies and, entities and spirits that were not of the light, who wanted to, test me, to play with me, in terms of like giving me misinformation or, that sort of thing. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that answers part of my question, and I had like a two-part question here because I was listening to the segment and you mentioned that growing up you were involved in the Catholic religion, and one thing that you said I agreed with, because I feel like when you are trying to build a relationship with Christ, that should be a personal relationship. You shouldn't have to confess your sins to a man or woman in order to get saved, because the Bible says, "Come to me, all you who are heavy laden, and I will give you rest according to His will and His glory." So why do we need to use a human vehicle as a conduit when we could actually just pray and have our Shekinah glory and develop a vertical relationship with Christ? And as long as we develop that vertical relationship with Christ and we are in alignment with his will and purpose for our life, then he will give us the spiritual intuition, discernment, and et cetera that we need. And I feel like you have to be mindful of who you're allowing to connect energy with based on who's speaking into your ear gate, what are you watching, what's coming into your eye gate, and et cetera. And that's just based on me sitting under an apostolic ministry for a number of years, because when I first tapped into that ministry, I didn't believe in people laying hands and et cetera on me, because not everyone is clean and they don't have the right intentions. And before you know it, you could be all jacked up, broke down, busted, and disgusted because you connected your spirit with one that was not in alignment for your path or destiny. And I just believe not to play with certain stuff like that. So my question is, from a religious standpoint, are you still religious and spiritual, or have you gotten out of alignment with that to pursue what you're doing now?
I will say that was not in alignment for my journey this lifetime. That was back when I was a kid in elementary school, that my family was a part of the Catholic Church. I don't subscribe to any particular religion. I consider myself a spiritual being living out a human experience. I am a co-creator is what I believe. So no, there is no particular religion that feels, one particular religion that feels like my truth, that feels true to me or in alignment with me. So
I want to
no.
That helps.
I want to make a comment if I can.
So you believe? Oh yeah, sure, Terris.
So what
Sorry,
I wanted to,
I'm just trying to get you. Yeah.
yeah. So what I wanted to say is I don't know of any evil spirit that usually tries to help anybody. Really, I mean, normally they're trying to undermine your growth and where you're trying to go. They don't usually try to help anybody, right? For the most part, is that how you know, Miss Lane?
I'm trying to figure out where this conversation is going. Do I know whether I'm today and where I'm at today? Do I know if an evil spirit is trying to get in or connect with me? No. I mean, I would probably know, but I don't have that issue because I protect myself energetically and spiritually.
Right. We got to move on.
My higher consciousness, my connection with Source, and ancestors, whatever, all the above, would not only prevent that from happening, but if somehow it did, I would be let know.
Absolutely. We got to move on. We got another caller in the queue. Genesis, when is your next show?
So my next show is 4 weeks from yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So
right.
sometime in, yeah.
Got you. We got to move on. We got another caller in the queue, but thank you for calling in. Very interesting questions. Caller 2? Who am I speaking with?
Hey, Terris, it's Jerry Petito. How are you?
How are you doing, Hall of Famer? Miss Petito, how's everything going?
Everything is good.
Good.
So, I wanna say hello to Genesis who called in. We're on the same level with a lot of things, but I want to say something really cool to your guest because it's almost like she was telling part of my story. Okay? I remember as a kid in Catholic school, and I told this story on Beverly Nation, WBNN, and we made our confirmation and communion younger in New York back then than they do now. And I was in, I guess, 4th grade, and they put me in that box. We were all lined up, and the nuns made us each go in. And I remember being scared to death. And I kid you not, girlfriend, I went home and said to my mother, your words. I said, Mommy, why do I have to tell that strange man in that dark box that I was bad? Can't I just tell God? And she goes, yes, you can. And that was when it all began for me. Because I'm like, I'm not listening to man. I'm not telling somebody I was bad. I'm not calling someone father unless he's my earthly father or my heavenly father. And I'm listening to you talk, and I'm cracking up over here, and I'm saying her journey's been similar to mine, because you also said something else incredible. You said you knew early on that God was going to use you. And you obeyed that. You obeyed that and said, use me. And that's what I did. I'm an coach and a recovery coach and an author. I wrote a book on addiction, and God uses me. And I love listening to you. So, you know what? God bless you, girl.
Can I just say something before you go?
Sure.
Isn't it funny? Isn't it amazing how, as children, we know and have access to more truth than adults do?
Oh, my gosh. Yes. Oh, my God. Wait, can I tell you something then? Oh, my gosh. You're so exciting, because you're right. My granddaughter will be 7 this month, right? 2 years ago, I'm going to tell you something. My daughter's married to a woman, and my granddaughter, 2 years ago, so she was probably 4.5 when this happened. She was playing with her Barbie dolls, Barbie and Ken, and she was saying something about mommy and daddy. And my daughter said, but you don't have a daddy. And she said, yes, I do, Mommy. I have the best daddy of all, God. He's in heaven. How do kids know what they know? You're right. So even us, you and me, right, when we were younger, we knew that box was not okay.
And we spend, grown up, right, spend their whole lives, like, tearing down what they already know.
Absolutely.
At the core of their spirit.
Absolutely.
Right? And then we spend the rest of adulthood trying to get back.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly.
To what we are, trying to reconnect to that truth. And that's exactly the work that I'm doing with people. I'm attempting to, my role, my mission is to, like, connect them to their truth, to connect them to their hearts, to connect them to the seat of their soul, which is their heart, to their truth.
And my mission is similar.
That song, Listen to the Tree, the truth is in you. The truth is in your bones.
Beautiful. Well,
Thank
I'm
you
glad
so
I
much.
called in tonight and listened, guys. Thank you.
Thanks for calling in, Jerry. Jerry, when is your next show? She's another one of our hosts.
My next show is Tuesday, July 26th. So I mentioned this the other night. I have 2 guests that we're not sure which one is going to be July and which one is going to be August. So Benny King's son, Benedito King, he's going to be my guest, either the July or the August show, or the Howard Stern impersonator, Stuart Brody, and he's going to be. So it's between the 2 of them. They're both going to be my guests, but they have to figure out which month, because one might have something and we have to move it. Okay?
Jerry, thanks for calling in. Your comments are excellent as usual. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you so much.
And we have another track by Brother O.
Muted.
Know you are loved, rest in peace. Dream your sweet dreams till your soul is released. Know you are loved, rest sweet dreams till your soul is released. Beloved child, my heart is yours. Beloved child, go out and open doors with your love, with your faith, with your compassion, with your grace, oh, with your grace. Beloved child, you are the light of the world. Beloved child, go out and light to the world. Be strong, be kind, be brave.
Call in, Holly.
Know your mind, know that you're divine. Know that it's alright to be afraid. Know that you are loved. Rest in peace. Dream your sweet dreams till your soul is released. Know you are loved. Rest in peace. Dream your sweet dreams till your soul is released. Know you are loved. Rest in peace. Dream your sweet dreams till your soul is released. Know you are loved. Rest in peace. Dream your sweet dreams till your soul is released. The Dream your sweet dreams till your soul is free. Know you are loved. Rest in peace. Dream your sweet dreams till your soul
Unmuted.
is released.
I like that, brother O. I like that. Know you are loved. I love that. I think we have another caller in the queue.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Caller 3. Who am I
Love that
speaking
song.
with? You're on here with Energy Analyst Tyra Sammons Lane.
Hello, Terris. It's Ava Holly. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing this evening, Miss Holly?
I'm doing good. I want to give a shout out to Genesis and to Jerry. I love hearing them guys talk. How are you? And how are you, Tyra?
Hi. I'm great. Thank you.
Hi there. Hi there. It's so funny. My show is tomorrow night, and I have a similar guest coming on. Not exactly the same, yet similar, so I found it funny to find you on here tonight. And let me tell you something. Your energy is infectious, even through the radio waves. It's
It
just
is.
amazing. It's amazing.
That
I
was
love
my
listening to you. I
prayer
can feel
and
it.
intention. That was my
Yeah,
prayer
I
and
can
intention,
feel it.
honey. Thank
I
you
can
so
feel
much.
it.
I agree.
And that last track, oh, Brother Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Yes.
So just wanted to call in and say, hey, I love listening to you. I love your energy. And, have a great night tonight and enjoy this time.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you for calling in, Miss Holly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure, Terris. Have a good one.
You too. You too. I think we have another caller in the queue. Wow, you pretty popular, Miss Lane. We have another caller in the queue. Caller 4. Who am I speaking with? Hello?
All right, caller, you're on the line right now with Terris Strength and Miss Tyra. We'll put you back in ice. Caller number 5, you're on the line right now with Terris Strength and Know You're Right.
Hi, peace and blessings.
Sister Bessie.
Hey.
Hey, and hello to your guest.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi, I love the show tonight. I just want I'm kind of close to you when, I think about the promise that I made to God. And like Terry, I was an ex-addict, and I made a promise that if the Creator would help me stop what I was doing, then I would use my talent, the gift that He gave me, to talk to people and try to touch their hearts and tell them the truth. So I'm on the same level as the truth.
I love
I
it.
just want to thank Terris for all he does. And thank you for coming on the show. I love your story, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you, Sister Bessie. Sister Bessie, when is your next show?
My next show is on the 22nd of this month.
Okay.
And I'm known as the Truther also.
Yes.
Sister
Bessie
I know that's right.
Sister Bessie is the hammer.
Yes.
Yes.
The truth
Yes.
teller. I've been known as that as well, sis.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
All right, thank you. I'm going to continue
Thank
to
you.
listen to the show.
Thank you for
Peace
calling
and
in.
blessings to both of you.
Yes, thank you for calling in. All right, so before someone else calls in, I'm sure someone's going to call in. So why the name Soul Witness? Miss Lane, why do you call yourself Soul Witness? And also, what is energetic analysis? Quickly, we have more questions.
Well, I would love to share that I was speaking to a sister who I was sharing what it is that I do with clients, and she said, "Oh, you're an energy analyst." And I thought, "Oh, I like it." Because it it resonated. It really resonated.
Right.
Because I thought, right, like, I don't like calling myself, like, a psychic medium, like, whatever. Like, yeah, can I do certain things that a psychic medium does? Yeah, but it's not my focus. That's not my gift, actually. My gift is like connecting with a person's higher consciousness and their inner child or their inner children and like supporting them through transmuting intergenerational like trauma.
Right.
And old belief systems, healing old belief systems. But yeah, so I'm able to, that's basically what I do. I feel into, physically, emotionally, energetically, I feel into the person's energy. I'm able to look at their chakra centers, and I look at their chakra centers, but I'm not doing anything spirit. My work is spirit-led. I look at their energy centers, and spirit gives me, their higher consciousness gives me information when I look at their centers. It's filled with all sorts of information, but information that tends to come to me in the work that I do with clients. Like I might be looking at someone's throat chakra, and like one time I saw like this feral child, wild child in someone's throat chakra that was like feral. They were pissed. They were angry. They were like an animal, like someone who was raised in the woods. Like I felt her energy, that the energy of this child, and it was because of some abuse that the woman had gone through when she was younger, and it was also the part of her that she hadn't let out, and it needed voice. It needed room to breathe. It needed to get out, and she needed to embody that energy. That's what happened in that particular session with this client. And so yeah, that's just I feel I read people's energy, and I analyze it, and with spirit's help, I connect it to various things that may have happened in a person's life, particularly in their early childhood. Soul witness, I came up with a while ago, because I've been trying for years to determine like what is it I actually do, and it was very frustrating because I wanted to give it a title that was familiar to people. Like I called myself a spiritual coach for a period of time. I called myself all sorts of things, soul worker, all sorts of things, and they all resonated for a period of time. But for the most part, I think what Spirit was trying to tell me was that it doesn't matter what name you give it, just do the work. Like
absolutely,
just help people, like just be there, support people. And so soul witness came because I believe that healing really healing really happens in an amazing way when we have a witness.
How about that?
And maybe I can't say that works for every human being, but in my experience personally and with my clients, there's a level of healing that needs to be witnessed. When we're grieving, our grief needs to be witnessed. When we're angry, sometimes our rage needs to be witnessed. And it's not about, don't get me wrong, it's not about someone coming to aid or put a Band-Aid or fix or soothe or, oh, I'm so sorry that you feel, no. Don't help. It's not about helping, fixing. It's about being a witness. It's about holding sacred space. It's about holding holy space for someone to just be, for them to voice what couldn't be voiced as children. It's to embody the rage and physicality that a child might rage out or tantrum in a way they couldn't back then. Losing my track of thought.
You know what?
So,
I really.
Witnessing. So I witness people's souls. I feel like I'm witnessing, their truth, their spirit, their souls. And as they heal, as they embark on this healing process, and moving, turning inward, turning towards themselves, turning towards them, referencing their own self for truth, for healing, for support, I basically am teaching people to do that. But first, I'm there to be their witness.
Got it.
I'm there to see them. I'm there to love them through
Tyra, this is
coming up.
This is very, very powerful. I wanna pause right there. We have another caller in the queue. Caller 5. Who am I speaking with?
Sure.
Hi, good evening, Terris. How are you? This is Dr. Chinchilla J. I am enjoying your show tonight and your guest, Tyra. Amazing. An energy analyst. Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so that's a new one for me. But she explained it and what she does, and, that's very interesting because, everyone has a different type of energy. And I found it very interesting with the woman you talked about that, had like an animalistic energy from what she had experienced as a child. And she was like a person from the wild. And,
Very powerful.
There's so many people out there like that. And it's been so their hurts and, and whatever happens to them. And then people, as they grow older, some people hold on to that trauma from a child.
We're not taught what to do with it.
Yeah.
We're not
and
taught
it's so
what to do
sad.
with it.
And a lot of people don't know how to release that. And so what happens, people, they tend to then have that spirit of unforgiveness because they have not let it go. They have not addressed
they haven't
that.
expressed
They have not
it.
healed from that traumatic experience as a child or even in adulthood. There are people that are still in that way where something that happened to them as an adult and they continue to hold on to that anger. And it's so important to release it and not hold on to that hatred, that bitterness, that resentment, that anger, that unforgiving spirit. Because I'm a naturopath, Tyra, and a holistic health practitioner. And I deal with a lot of different issues as far as people's health. And I also used to, I'm a psychologist as well, but I don't really do that anymore. But in health issues, I find that cancer, a lot of people don't know that cancer is a disease of unforgiveness. And so it's so important, and I think what you're doing is very important. And I would definitely like to talk to you later on about what you do, because you possibly could help some of these people that I deal with cancer. And I tell them they have to let go and forgive and look into their past.
It's resentment.
A lot of people say, oh, well, I forgive everybody. I'm not holding any unforgiveness. And I'm like, yes, you are. And some people don't realize it until they actually dig deep. And then they realize, they'll be like, oh, wow, yes, this is what it is. And, so it's so important. So I appreciate you and what you do. And I definitely love your energy, just like everyone else has said tonight. And right now, I want to take the time to talk with you for a minute, Terris.
Sure.
Okay, because I want to congratulate you, okay, tonight. So congratulations to our 2022 International Internet Radio Hall of Fame broadcasting nominee, Terris Strength, on his WBNN all-time connection record with his 42nd all-time with the historic Darlene Lawrence Championship, honoring our late Hall of Famer, the wonderful Miss Darlene Lawrence. Congratulations, Terris.
Thank you, Chinchilla. I appreciate it. Our great commissioner. Got her making moves.
You're welcome. I'm
Thank
so
you.
proud of you.
Thank you, Chinchilla. Thank you. Have a great guest. Thank you. Look at that, Miss Lane.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right.
you.
Yes, I got a connection record. Thank you, Miss Lane. All right, so to keep moving. So who are you most excited to work with? What type of people excite you? When you're doing this work.
I really enjoy working with any human being, to be honest. But I will tell you, there's something about it is a sacred, gorgeous thing to work with a man and
Really?
hold space for him in such a way that he feels safe enough to be vulnerable. that he feels safe enough to have emotions, all sorts of emotions. It is one of the most gorgeous things, and it's an honor. It's such an honor to work with a man and be able to hold that sort of space for him, to let go.
Yeah, because I would imagine men don't normally want to do that easily, right? Is that been your experience?
No. Yes. No. Yeah. You know.
Yes.
I'm sure you know firsthand. Like,
yes.
Men are not taught from early on, like,
right.
that's a thing. That's
right.
okay.
To be in their feminine like that, right? And to be vulnerable.
Yeah, man. It's absolutely. And it's so necessary, because without vulnerability on the man's part, if he's in a partnership with a woman, child, it's going to be very difficult for them to heal any hurts, any wounds, any miscommunications, any lack of connection, if he cannot be vulnerable.
Very powerful. Very, very powerful.
Okay. And connect with his hurts and his wounds.
Miss Lane, we have another caller. Caller 6 in the queue. Who am I speaking with? Hello? Caller 6.
Come on, caller 6. Caller 6, you're on the line now.
Yes, this is Ambassador Wazette, calling out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Wazette.
And this show is very interesting. I'd like to provide greetings to Terris and the guest Tyra, and shout out to the other guests who chimed in.
Thank you.
Peace, thank you.
And tonight's show was very interesting to witness one deliver their contribution to life, and it's worth the observation. And I have a question for Ms. Tyra. And what was the biggest lesson? What was the biggest lesson that you have learned throughout your 20 years of experience?
Where do I start? No. The first thing that comes to me, easy, is letting go. Letting go. The biggest lesson has been how to, like, fully trust God, how to fully trust Spirit. Because of my own wounds, because of my own hurt, my own beliefs from trauma as a kid, and I have these old beliefs, and I'll be honest, I still struggle occasionally. I have to put my little ones in check. I have to have a conversation with them. And so, yeah, trusting fully. I've practiced it, but it's like a muscle that I am still working. I
like that.
Trusting, letting go, trusting that I don't know it all. My mind wants to think, my ego wants to think that, let me get control of this, let me figure it out, let me plan for it. And God doesn't work like that. Spirit doesn't work like that. That's been the biggest lesson for me, letting go, learning how to let go, learning how to surrender.
You know, my second question is what was your most challenging moment as a medium?
My most challenging, has been self-doubt as a medium. Because particularly, let's say I've been doing this for about 20 years, particularly like the first 15 to 18, I was like, is this the right information? Like, should I, like, constantly, not constantly, but doubting myself occasionally, and then, like, psyching myself out, and then, like, that would be the biggest challenge, self-doubt. That's what I'll leave it with that.
Is that good?
Thank you.
Thanks for calling in, Wajat. Good to hear from you.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you. Do we have another caller in the queue, brother?
Hello, how are you, Terry?
Hey, how are you doing, Miss Bats?
All right. It is good to hear such positive energy coming from your guest.
She's very positive.
Ask her if you don't mind. Right. And it's always good to talk to you. But I was hoping to ask her before I forget, is there a difference between a medium and a spiritualist, and do they both have positive qualities?
Who? I'm not sure I'm the right person to ask that question. I think, if I understand spiritualists correctly, I believe they're both similar. But I can't speak on if one is better. I think to use the word better, I don't want to.
Okay. Do they both serve the same purposes?
You know what? How about I say this? I believe that intention goes a long way. I don't care what you call yourself. It's about intention.
That's true.
If your intention is of the light, is about healing, is about like growing, evolving, transforming, I don't think you can really go wrong with that. I think it's about intention behind whatever you decide or whatever title you call yourself or whatever medium you pick up.
I appreciate that response. So if I ever talk to anybody about anything involving that, I'll try to get my best to translate what you just said, and I thank you very much. It's nice to hear.
Can I just also, can I leave you with also that if whoever, whether it's you or someone out there listening in terms of like them seeking out a person who has mediumship abilities, you are ultimately responsible. Like, you have to check in with yourself. Does this feel clean?
Absolutely.
Does this feel good?
Absolutely.
Does this feel like someone I should connect with?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Before connecting with that person, yeah. Sure, thank you.
Nope.
Okay, I'll definitely keep that in mind. And thank you, Terris, for bringing her on. You know, it's nice to hear positive people have good things to say. I appreciate you both.
I appreciate you too, Miss Bats. I appreciate you too. Thank you. Thank you for calling in. All right, I think we have another caller, caller number 8, I believe, in the queue. Who am I speaking with?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Caller number 8, Hall of Fame, nominated. Man, congratulations on your latest.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of
Honey.
you. I mean, as a campaign manager, I've been waiting for you to get to next one. You understand?
Yes.
Because it's a step in the right direction. And
Right.
you know, I love all of your shows, but tonight with your energy and the divine energy of your special honored guest, I mean, I knew it was only a matter of time. Let me share something. A lot of people confuse man-made religion and really get that twisted and think that's really the right way. The truth of the matter is, man-made religions have did a great job separating human beings and living beings away from the Creator. I'm going to say the Creator because a lot of people say God with different names. Okay?
Tell it now.
And I'm not the one to play with when it comes to names because, trust me, I'm well studied and well versed on that. But spiritual, back in contact with a force that exists on the inside of you, that resonates with the greater force on the outside of you. That's the biggest thing. And 99.9% of the people, especially in the religious sector, they're always looking up or in the ceiling. The God force from the atmosphere to planet Earth. that
Yes,
they're not
sir.
willing to man and woman up to do for themselves. That's the difference.
To seek it out within.
Yes.
Been there. And here's the biggest kicker though. Inside the scriptures that they claim to believe in, and it's been there the whole time, right, is for them to seek the God within them.
Yes.
Lord and Jesus Christ has said that. Unless you become childlike. I'm glad someone brought that up earlier. Because most adults are so, they feel like they know everything. But the unique thing about children, before, these so-called adults, beat the mess out of them, children, such a beautiful imagination and a beautiful spirit, before they get infiltrated by mankind and all kind of belief systems that's not even valid. So anyway, man, I definitely want to call in, show my divine love and support for you. I'm proud of you. Keep raising the bar. And as far as your special honored guest, you're definitely on point with a lot of things. Thank you so much for coming on to our great company tonight. And Hall of Fame 4-time, I'm telling you, what you playing tonight, I want the album, the CD, the cassette, and the 8-track.
Honey. Thanks for calling in, Honey.
I love it.
As always.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Is he still there? He's gone? I don't even know if he's still there. All right, so I think that's it for tonight. I don't know if there's any more callers in the queue. Any more callers, brother?
Man, if I text it to you, did I text you to say any more callers?
Sorry about that, brother. I was just checking.
Final thoughts, brother.
All right, so Miss Lane, what are your final thoughts? What do you want? What do you want our listening audience to know as we begin to end this show? What are your final thoughts? What do you want us to know?
I want folks to know pain is information.
That's true.
You don't need to avoid pain. Pain is where the freedom lies. If you are in resistance, that's information. If you are in pain, emotionally, mentally, physically, it's information, right? When our knee hurts, it's like, oh, what's going on? When our stomach hurts, we want to investigate it. Well, when we're in emotional pain, I implore you, investigate the root of that emotional pain, because I promise you, it's not likely because your boyfriend said something you didn't like, or because your teacher hurt your feelings, or because your mother, your cousin, whatever, said X, Y, and Z, or did X, Y, and Z. There's a root. Particularly if there's a pattern. Watch out for patterns. Be interested. Be curious about pain, about patterns.
Wow, that's a great line.
What I want to leave with.
That's a powerful line. Be curious and be interested about your pain and the patterns. Wow. Yes. I want to thank you for that.
Not judgmental. Curious.
Okay.
Curious.
Not judgmental, but curious. Yes. Wow, that's powerful. All right, Brother O.
Well, first of all, before I go into a go-to time, I want to bring on another caller. First of all, Tyra, I want to thank you so much for being just transparent in your spiritual being. A lot of people, man, are afraid of things they don't understand. And that's okay. We want to get them to become unafraid. We want them to be able to open up their chakras and be able to be accepting. And something that Dr. Chinchilla J said about cancer, and it's true. It's something that you're holding within. It causes this type of sickness. And you see people saying, man, how your age at 60 years old, and you still, you look like you're 40. Because of less stress. What is stress? Things that you're holding on to. You got to let those things go. And that one thing I liked about what you said was, in your childhood stage, and we can all do that past age 50, to grasp back into that childhood moment where we're able to grow mentally and spiritually, is the greatest gift. a woman and a man could ever have.
Absolutely.
Yes, it
So
is.
we got one more caller. Then we're going to Ngozi time. Caller, you're on the line right now with Terris Strength, and know your rights right here at.
Who am I speaking with?
Hello, Terris. This is Mo Carmen calling from Philadelphia.
How you doing this evening, Mo? You say the best for last.
What's so funny?
Yes.
Yes, how are you, Tyra?
Good evening, Mo.
I wanted to say hello. I'm enjoying the show. I just loved all of your comments, especially your last comment about pain. And I just wanted to know if you could discuss how, if you've ever had difficulty connecting someone to their soul or to their purpose.
I will say that connecting a person to their purpose is not the goal. It happens organically when I support the person to connect to their truth, to their heart, to their suffering, to move through their stuff. It happens organically when you've moved through it sufficiently enough.
Right. Wow.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does, because it leads right into what you were saying about having to embrace your pain.
Absolutely.
So if they're not willing to embrace that pain, it's probably difficult for you to help them with connecting.
Absolutely. I can't help people if they're not ready. I make that very clear in my first consult with them.
Okay. That's good to know. I have some people I'm going to line up for you.
All right. Bring them on.
I announced it. She has a 30-minute free consultation. Thank you, Mo. Thanks for calling in, Mo. When is your next show, Mo? I guess not.
Our next show is Friday, July 15th.
Okay, great. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for your comments. Like I said,
All right. Mm-hmm. Well, we want to thank Mo Gardner. I mean, of course, Terry, you have the last say in this show. This is your show, going into your final thoughts of the night. And of course, what more can I say tonight? But what a great show! What an outstanding, great show, and I appreciate it. And of course, another championship run by our brother. And what more can I say is congratulations to Terris Strength on his 42nd WBN all-time connection record. And, of course, with the outstanding Darlene Lawrence Championship. We're so proud of it tonight. And what more can we say? But, of course, tomorrow night we're going to be right back here with Ava Holly and the wonderful show that is known as The Casual Chat, 9:30 Eastern. Of course, standard or daylight time where we are at WBNN. And, of course, 516-453-9133 to join in. You can just press 1, brought to you by the boys at Ngozi Time Multimedia. And now, Ngozi Time from our wonderful commissioner.
All right. Again, Terris, I want to definitely congratulate you on your 42nd all-time connection record.
Thank you.
And thank your host, Tyra, for being your guest tonight. What an awesome, awesome show. I invite all you to listen on Sunday nights at News Forums at 9:30 p.m. this Sunday night. And to find out how you can donate to Be a Voice. Be a Voice is my organization. We advocate for the wrongfully incarcerated every single day. And we fight for all people that have experienced injustices in America. Dial 844-642-8378, extension 888 to find out how you can donate. Or you can donate via Cash App, $ BA Voice Tour, as $ BEAVOICETOUR, or on Venmo, BA Voice. All right. WBNN has advertising through Ngozi Time Multimedia. We're on Pinterest, Instagram, and Twitter at Ngozi_Time and Oladele Malewe Ngozi at Facebook. Any comments and suggestions for our wonderful programming tonight? Oladele.ngozi@my.com for our mother's and father's favorite producer, Oladele Malewe Ngozi. I am WBNN's Commissioner,
Unmuted.
Dr. Chinchilla J, saying good night and good luck to all the folks out there in Armed Forces Radio that support us on a constant basis. Now back to the International Interact Radio Hall of Fame broadcasting nominee for the class of 2022, Terris Strength.
Thank you. Thank you. So before we go very quickly, I want to thank my esteemed guest, Tyra Sammons Lane, for educating us on what she does and being another avenue for healing. Very quickly, Tyra, how can people reach you? Very quickly. Your phone number and your Instagram, very quickly.
You can find me on Instagram at Soul Witness Mama. Soul, S-O-U-L, Witness Mama, M-A-M-A.
And your phone number, 267-207-0484 for a complimentary 30-minute consultation. I want to thank everyone for calling and joining us. Tyra is a beautiful soul. Please give her a call. This is all about healing, so give her a call, family. Give her a call. I thank you guys. I will see you guys in a month. It's been a great show. Thank you, Brother O, and the WBNN family. And I will see you in 4 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
All right, Facebook family. Thank you for chiming in. This will be uploaded on YouTube. I will see you guys in 4 weeks. Thanks for coming in. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you have any questions, you can contact her. You can reach me on Terris Strength. You can email me at terrisstrength@gmail.com. I'm on Facebook. Just chime in. Let me know your thoughts, comments. And I will see you guys in 4 weeks. Make sure you tell someone you love them. And always remember to know your strength. See you guys in 4 weeks.